Do you have a great idea for a documentary film but no money to get it started? Well, listen up, because I have some amazing ideas for you of how you can raise money for your film in 2 weeks or less. My first great idea is so fun, and I suggest you start out with this idea no matter what, just because it will be a great sort of celebratory way to kick off your film and to bring in some money. And it's even good in an economic downturn. And what I'm talking about is a yard sale. And I don't mean a little old yard sale out on the curb, I mean a mega yard sale. So this is how you're going to do it. First of all, you want to call all your friends and family who live in your area, within 40 miles or so, whatever your comfortable radius is, and you want to ask them, hey, do you have anything you want to get rid of? I'm making this film and I'm trying to raise some money and I would love to come take your stuff off your hands that you don't want anymore, and I'm going to sell it at this yard sale, and I'm going to take the money I make and put it into my film. And lots of times people are so psyched to participate in this because, first of all, you're taking their stuff off their hands. It's a great way for them to show their support to you without having to shell out some money if they can't really afford to. And it's just really generally a lot of fun. We did this for a film we raised money for called HOMELAND. We raised probably $5,000 in our big yard sale. And you wouldn't believe the stuff we got. We got furniture, baby stuff, CDs, car radios. We even got a 18th century barometer, if you can believe it or not. We got lots of antiques, and I'll talk about those specialty items in a minute, because some of those things you might get donated, you don't really necessarily want to sell at a yard sale. But anything goes too. You'd be surprised at what people buy. I remember people buying like half-empty bottles of perfume and lotion at our yard sale, and I was like putting them out and thinking no one is going to buy these. But people come by and they buy it, and so it doesn't matter. You're going to have big dollar items, small dollar items, but everything counts, everything's going to add up. So to get all this stuff, what you should do is get a car or a truck that can really hold a lot of stuff. When we had our yard sale, we rented a van, and we called all those people who were going to donate, and we scheduled an approximate pickup time for one weekend. And we literally went around the city of Los Angeles for 2 entire days, picking up van load after van load of stuff. The next thing you're going to need is a place to stage this stuff or store it, because probably you'll pick up one weekend and then the next weekend have the yard sale. So what we did is we had a garage in the place we were going to have the yard sale, and we just stashed everything in there as we were picking it up. And then the weekend of the yard sale, we drug it all out to our front yard. And you probably are going to need some help. If you've gathered enough items, you also might want to gather some friends to help you with all this stuff. And then you're going to need things like signs and dollars and change, and you want to have a little fanny pack where you can keep all your money. And you also want to make sure that, regularly during the yard sale, you're taking that money and putting it in a safe, locked up space. And if you don't sell everything the first weekend, no big deal. You can have another sale the next weekend if you want, or you can give some stuff away to Salvation Army or Goodwill, or you can put out a box that says freebies and take me, and sooner or later you get rid of everything. And like I mentioned, you might have some real specialty items that people have given you. And so I have 2 suggestions in that area. Number one is you could put some stuff on eBay, like that barometer I was talking about. We got it appraised. And we had some other antiques that were beautiful, like lamps and stuff like that. And I actually sold those directly to antique stores. But you don't have to do that. You could sell them at the yard sale, but you might be really selling yourself short in terms of how much money you could get for those things. Because let's face it, when people come to a yard sale, they're looking for bargains, But that being said, we did sell dining room sets and things like that for several $100s. So if it's the right item and you got the right people coming, you will be able to sell some big ticket items. And another really, really good tip for this yard sale is you want to get some publicity. And for the yard sale I was talking about for HOMELAND, I actually sent press releases out to the newspapers in Los Angeles, and the LA Times did an article on us and our yard sale and how we were raising money. And I just pitched it as, you know, this is a human interest story. This is kind of an only in LA story where we're having yard sales to raise money for our film. And they thought that was kind of funny. And so they ran an article for us. And that was great because it got people to the yard sale from all over the city. And also, it was kind of fun to put that in our film proposal, this little, you know, article with the LA Times masthead on it. People see that and they get impressed. So definitely contact your local press. I would, you know, if you have 4 or 5 papers in your town or 2 or 3, send a press release to all of them. And you can usually look in your newspaper, find the correct section you might be pitching to, and the journalists will have their email addresses at the bottom of the articles usually, and you can just send them an email press release. It's really easy and totally worth the effort if you end up getting an article. And even if you don't get an article in the paper, it's no big deal, but you still want to get the word out as far and wide as you can. So put an ad up on Craigslist or a notice on Craigslist. Maybe run a classified ad. Definitely put out great signs the day of the sale that point people in your direction because, you know, beyond getting the stuff in your front yard, you need lots of people to come and buy it. Okay, so just to sum up this great yard sale idea, here's a checklist, all right? So before the sale, you want to call and email friends for donations. You want to get the word out there either in an article or advertisement, Craigslist, etc. And you also, you know, you could use Facebook or something like that to get the word out too. Right before the sale, you're going to pick up everything, you're going to store it, and the day of the sale, you want everyone there early who's going to help you get it out onto the lawn or wherever you're going to sell. You want some dollars and change, you want great signs up in the neighborhood. Don't forget sunblock, a hat, water, you know, creature comforts are really important. And also it's good to keep a rough list of your inventory. What are the big ticket items especially that are selling? And then after the sale, count your money, rejoice, celebrate, etc., but don't spend it all. And then definitely write thank you letters to those people who gave you really nice big ticket items. That's really important. If someone wrote an editorial for you in a newspaper, definitely send them a letter thanking them, and maybe a letter to the editor letting the readers know how the sale went. That could be a great way to give everyone an update. You might want to put something on Facebook about how it went. And then last but not least, anything that's sort of left over, drop it off at the Goodwill or Salvation Army or just give it away. So there you have it. There's my first really great and fun idea for raising money for your film in 2 weeks or less. If you want to hear my second best idea, then go to my website and check it out.